following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Jim in Palm Harbor. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. How you been?
Oh, great. I really appreciate you and Tommy. You do a great job, great work, and I really appreciate it. I watch you every day.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, man. Let's go to Sylvia in Tampa. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing?
Hey, Tom. Good morning. Thank you so much for taking my call. I want to tell you thank you so much for the advice you gave me on dust yesterday. I exited when you told me, and I made a healthy profit for,
That's awesome.
for a very short period. So thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night and a great week, folks. Love is kind and just. When you're in love, a smile is always on your face. You feel good about yourself, and because you're happy, you're kind. Love is also just. When you make a mistake, you only pay once for that mistake. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 92, NASDAQ up 64, S&P's up 8.5. It's going to be a kind of a cool close to see where we shake out here, folks, because on Friday, of course, you had a big day, big number day, not a big volume day. Today, what you have, you get a dramatically low volume day. We got higher. See whether this baby can hold. Gold contract flat, $1,314. We get silver down 2 cents, $16.41. Light sweet crude up 20 cents, $69.92 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note down 1 tick, 119.21. 30-year bond down 30, 143.18. If we go over to the 10-year first, we take a look at the 10-year. What you have out here, 10-year got back inside the higher range yesterday, last week, and we did that with volume. So the higher range we're talking about is 119.14. Right now you're at 119.21. Bottom line, looks like it's building some cause to get up into this 121.12 area. The 30-year bond. What do we have with the 30-year? Same type of setup in the 30-year. Now, the 30-year, folks, never broke its low. The low of the 30-year was 141.14. That low was generated on February 21st. Got right next to it, man. We got right now, right at 141.17. Bottom line, though, this 30-year, that also wants to get up to 147.03. What's going to be intriguing is that what we are going to have out here, the Treasury is going to be pushing out some big numbers in bonds. The way the deficit is exploding, they are going to be pushing out 2s, 5s, and 10s, and we'll see what the appetite is for them. But thus far, the appetite has been big. So it's going to be wild watching this thing shake out. Oil. What do we got with the oil market? Bottom line, oil market wants higher price. Right now, we're trading at $69.80. This contract went up to $70.84. It keeps pushing into highs. Bottom line, looks to me like 75 is going to be game here. Pretty wild, there's no doubt. Had volume once again out here today. We did, let's see, 670,000 contracts. We got to that high of 774. And what you have is simultaneously, technically, what you have happening there is that there is not resistance because how fast we came down in 2014. In 2014, we went from $105 down to, well, the first leg. Let's go look at the first leg here. The first leg was a monster leg, CL1. So this first leg in 14, she's coming up right now. So here it is. We went from $107 in July straight down to 43, and you can really make the case that yeah, you can go to 107, but technically the case is made for 75. And what 75 is the lows of August of 2011, of October 2011, as well as June of 2012. It'll have to make it through that area first, because that area there definitely has some resistance. But that's what you're seeing out here, so it's pretty intense. There's no two ways about that. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? So we take a look at King dollar. What you have with King dollar, this swing point is just laying out here. Looks like it wants to get hit. We're getting closer and closer to it. The swing point we're talking about is the December 12th swing high. That's 93,480 is the high. 93,170 is the low. We hit 92,825 out here today. Now, what we do have out here today is this. So last Wednesday, that's where all the volume was in the marketplace, inside the dollar index. That's when the Fed came out, bottom line. A dovish statement. That being said, dollar had a lot of volatility, had real good volume. 38,000 contracts, hit a price point of 92,665. Thursday, we tested, dramatically lighter volume. Friday, we tested, dramatically lighter volume. Today, we got over it, dramatically lighter volume. The real question is going to be, I would look for a close under 92,370, and what that is the high that was on the first. We get that, then you're going to get a retracement. There's no doubt that this has been a one-way move by the dollar. So we go back to April 17th. Dollar is at 88,945. One-way move on the way up. Bottom line, it's a counter-trend bounce, folks. This dollar is still in a very large ABC structure on the way down. And that structure there, when we bring this back, what you're going to see, this is, I believe it's a 93 handle, or 83 handle. Yeah, we broke that. Yeah, it's an 83 handle. It's an 83 handle. Right now, you're at 92.670. So big numbers, big resistance this whole week, no matter what we're looking at out here. So it's going to be really intriguing watching how this plays out. The bonds and the notes continue to say they want higher price, which is so deviant, because if we go to the Fed fund futures rate, it's still 100% probability June 13th, they're going up on 25 basis points. That being said, you can see when we're talking buying, we're talking selling, they're still buying the 10, they're buying the 30. If we go over to the TLT, you can see that they're buying the 20-year plus ETF structure. That TLT right now is trading 118.27. That also didn't break the lows of February. This thing looks like it's a bottom line building cause to get up into this 122.37 number. So we get a lot of different things happening simultaneously. Some of the higher volume stocks out here, and this is a anemic volume market, folks. You get Bank of America up 29 cents, Advanced Micros up 32. We have, let's see, Sprint is down 5. You get NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up $8.60. Let's go look at NVIDIA, because NVIDIA was making a run for its high out here today. Volume's not bad either. You know, this has been a monster consolidation, man. These chip stocks, they've been consolidating, folks, almost in a approximately like a 20% consolidation from the highs. Big number. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back. We're going to have a failure on all these indices. We have the Dow up 41, NASDAQ up 43, S&P's up 2.5. We're coming right back. Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 47. NASDAQ is up 46. S&Ps are up 3.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, as we do each and every Monday at 20 past the first hour. Don't forget, folks, Steve's got an outstanding program right here every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Also a great newsletter on mastering probability. The way you do that, you come over to our website at TFNN. You go to newsletters, you go to trading newsletters, 30-day money-back guarantee, and of course, don't forget our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. He's the #1 market timer in the nation. S&Ps, gold contract, all of the above. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Go Bolts, huh? Last week when we were talking at this time, we're just simply talking about how great hockey is this time of the year, and a great series between Boston. You kind of said, hey, you're pulling for Lightning.
You know what I did? So picture what we did. Tommy and I went to the first game, right?
Yes.
And, you know, he had said that, you know, he's going to go with the Light, and I said, I got to show up there first. I'm going to figure it out. When I was talking to you, I wasn't sure. Do you know what I mean? So I show up. I was a Lightning fan. You know what I mean? Because, listen, they're that great. The energy, right? And the respect. It has to be there. And the bottom line, I've been, you know.
Yes.
I never could go with the race.
Well, you couldn't lose. The beauty was in that series, right? You really couldn't, you know,
Seriously.
you had maybe sentimental both ways.
Yeah,
but you couldn't.
exactly. Good hockey, we know. We all love hockey. Good hockey's good hockey, man. No.
So now at 5 o'clock tonight, the tickets go on sale to the general public. Actually, at 2 o'clock, and I had sent in a text message that gave some kind of thing you could send in for a text message.
No, I haven't. That's how you got it.
Oh, you did? I'm waiting for mine. In any event,
I'll send you what they've sent me. I'll send it over to you.
That's funny. So I'll go on and see if I can get a couple of tickets. Who knows what'll be left? But it's always great to, you know, see sporting events, especially like that. So whether it's on, there's nothing like being at the game.
Right.
Especially, it's amazing how fast those guys can get up and down the ice. It's like, are you kidding me?
And every year they get better. I mean, it's amazing. Like, how do you know, folks, if you ever played hockey, I have no clue how they can shoot so fast. Just like, they just hit the stick and, like, it always goes in the net. I mean, it's like...
Tom, I'm missing a bone underneath my nose, my 2 front teeth, to taking a hockey puck directly into the mouth.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, but hey, look, now I wasn't intending. I like to, I like to kind of put together a presentation, just so I can get to right to things for our viewers, listeners out there. But with regard to the market action we've seen here over the last hour, I thought it would be helpful to forget about what I had put together. I can always come back to that, and I'm going to just start with showing you this chart here for the Nasdaq, the NQ out here.
Yeah.
And what we're looking at is a 5-hour time frame. And, inside the NQ, we've got the beauty of trading for 23 hours and change out here. So it's great price discovery for the different patterns that I like to trade. And folks that are watching us on Tiger TV, I just want them to pay attention to the dark lines, the black lines, either going from lower left to upper right or vice versa when the NQ is making bottoms. And it's a pattern that I have, it's really the primary pattern that has allowed me to become that #1 market timer inside the S&P 500. So what I'm sharing here and showing to viewers, and if folks have an interest in learning this, if they just simply subscribe to Mastering Probability, there's a workshop that I did that gives them the exact formula on how to do this. It works on all different types of time frames, but it's a 5-step process that you have to truly understand. But it's been working so well out here. Even the last bottom, and I'll just kind of expand on this. The last bottom on April 25th that came in, the exact same type of bottom. So I'm watching, even though we're seeing a potential failure here, right up at where it should, in essence, fail. Find resistance, a previous swing point. And for folks, for those of you that don't know what a swing point is, go out and get the art of timing the trade. Tom goes through that. It's where we see a change in trend, but it's the very first thing that you really want to be able to understand with regard to where the markets are headed to. Now, there's also, Tom, another unique pattern. It's really kind of coming together inside the NQ, the ES, and the Dow Equity Futures contracts. And the very bottom panel of my screen out here, we can see a price oscillator, and this is measuring the difference between two exponential moving averages, the 19 and the 39 period. This is a 5-hour chart, so it's 19 bars and 39 bars where it's making that evaluation. And what we're likely to see when that price oscillator gets above zero, what we typically see is this little red line. I like to call it Stevie's red line. It's really the oscillator unchanged line. It's the point in time in price where the price oscillator in the bottom part of my screen would go exactly sideways. What typically happens is we see this red line and price catch up to each other. And this is where we get a bullish or bearish test out here. So I'm anticipating that overnight we should see the NQ and that red line test each other somewhere between the 67.63 level where we're at right now in 68.03. I don't know exactly where. I just know what to anticipate and to watch that test. If price bounces off of that, it's like a trampoline, and then the NQ will be bullish and it will continue to move higher. I'll pull over. It's a decorated chart. But it's got the ES and the YM, so people will be able to see this. Now, the NQ has been the stronger of these three out here, primarily powered by Apple, which has a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside out there. But we got to take things one thing at a time. And if folks, I'll take a look at this bottom panel, you can see how it is also approaching zero. It's still underneath zero. And what would be bearish inside the Dow Equities futures contract would be to see it close below that red line level, which currently is priced at 24,115. I'm still anticipating that we're going to see a test. I have no idea what the result of the test is. I just know what to look for that really provides us with that next signal. Now, the Dow Equity Futures contract, just like the NQ, gave a great bottoming signal out here. This was on Thursday, and we saw a nice run. Just like actually Apple, before they released earnings, they gave us a nice Gartley buy pattern. And for folks that don't know that, again, go out and get Tom's book or subscribe to my newsletter service. I teach people those patterns as well out here. And we have the same pattern going on a 5-hour time frame chart for the ES Mini. And the reason I bring this up is because each day when I put together my newsletter for subscribers, I try to identify these patterns and help them anticipate what to look for in the day's trading. And even though we had a nice move on Friday, the real question was, hey, is that a bottom? And because of these patterns on the intraday time frame, we could say, you know what? We need the market to prove itself to us, and we're looking for this type of test to be able to unfold. So we can see in the ES Mini, price is right up, the price oscillator right up to that zero.
Yeah,
I'm anticipating.
That, huh?
Yeah, I'm anticipating it. It's a typical test between somewhere around 26.54, 26.63. The number you can't quote me on because a lot of stuff can happen overnight. But if we see a bounce off of that, then price moves higher. And if it doesn't, it helps you to identify which side of the trade to really be on. And this has really been good from what I'll call right now an intermediate term time frame, using a 5-hour chart, because it has been way better at generating signals for us, Tom, than using a daily chart. And that's really, as market technicians, I kind of consider ourselves like surfers. I picture myself on the North Shore in Hawaii. And what we're doing is we're out there in the water, and we're looking for those changes in waves. And that's why it's really great to go to these other time frames to see where are those waves coming in. So right now, it's really the 5-hour time frame chart that's providing us with the most information. We didn't get to gold, but boy, I am looking for gold to see if it can bust out above 1107.20 in euros, Tom. 5 more points. If we can see a close above that, then I think it is game on to the upside.
So
those
game
are the
on,
things I'm
folks.
looking at.
We're going to be in the Stanley Cup. It's a beautiful thing. The Stanley Cup of trading. Come over to our website at TFNN, folks. You go to newsletters. You go to trading newsletters. You see mastering probability right there, 30-day money-back guarantee. And, of course, every trading day right here, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, folks. Steve, have a great one. Safe one. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Are you an options trader that's looking for that extra edge when placing trades? David White will be hosting a webinar on May 16th, which is the Wednesday leading up to Options Expiration Friday in May, where he'll discuss in depth the methodology he uses for trading options near expiration, including swing trading setups and expiration day trading scenarios. Subscribers to each of Dave's newsletters, Path of Least Resistance and the Technology Insider, gain access to this 60-minute webinar, which will be archived if you cannot attend live. Dave has had some great option trades recently for his subscribers. See for yourself the trading methodology he uses when trading options by signing up today for either of his newsletters, and we'll see you Wednesday, May 16th at 5 p.m. for option trading near expiration, analyzing swing trades and expiration day scenarios. For all the details and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 38. NASDAQ is up 45. S&Ps are up 4. Let's go over to Tesla. So Tesla, of course, last week you had the numbers come out. In the conference call, bottom line is that Elon Musk basically blew it. Got an analyst quite a bit of publicity, You know, that being said, guess what? The stock ended up basically recuperating. Well, recuperating as the aspect of it's still in a trading range. Now, what's intriguing here with Tesla, though, is this. Well, first, let's look at this technically first. So, technically, what you have here, you get a high volume low, 244. Bottom line, that looks to me like we're going to get that tested. That's on the weekly. Yeah, that's on the weekly and monthly. So bottom line, that wants to get tested. Now that being said, so check this out. This is pretty intense, man, because what you have here is that on Friday, is it Friday? Let's see. Yeah, Friday. Tesla. I mean, Musk turned around and bought another. Let's see, how many did he buy? He bought a lot of shares, man. It's not only just what he bought. He bought 33,000 shares himself. Now, this is not an option deal. He bought these, bottom line, in the open market, you know, $9 million. Now, he makes a fortune. There's no doubt about that. But when I start looking at this, it's like, so watch this. So Tesla has a 30% short position. So, you know, 1 out of almost every 3 shares a short, right? That being said, what's unusual about Tesla is that what you also have, let me get this done, let's see. The inside ownership is still really large. I mean, really large, too, particularly for, you know, you don't see this unless, you know, they really believe in the company. They have a 20%, the insiders own 20% of this company. Now, you know, if we go to Amazon, Jeff Bezos, let me just see what Jeff has never sold anything. I mean, he's such a smart dude. It's insane. But guess what? There's a lesson for all of us here because, meaning, you know, he could have sold 1 million times when it went to $2. He didn't. And so he still owns, well, insiders own 16.34% of the company. 20% is a monster number, folks. Let me tell you something. That is one big number. So it's going to be interesting watching this whole thing shake out, man. They're putting their money where their mouth is. So, you know, they're making a lot of money, but bottom line is that that is one big number. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here as we come into the close. You get Snap down 45 cents. This thing got croaked. This is trading at 10.75. So let's go look at that for a second because that broke, I believe, all its lows. Yeah, it did. Pull this back a bit. Yeah, this has to get back on the other side of 11.28. You don't get back on the other side of $11.28, you don't have a bottom. You know, bottom line is that when you get an IPO like that, brand new, you break lows, no one knows where it's going to go. Facebook's up $1. You got Transocean up 20 cents. We get, let's go over to GE. So GE, this is going to be a trip. So GE's $14 right now. Now, the first time that, this is pretty cool, so if I can find this, yeah, Friday, when I didn't do the afternoon show, but what came out on Friday also was that GE, and I've been talking about this for a long period of time, what had happened, folks, in 2007 is that GE was on the hook for huge amounts of debt. Well, they snuck it in the press release on Friday that, yeah, they do have more debt that, bottom line, I would suspect, this is where the SEC is going to get them, that they marked it on one deal on their books, and it's going to be a totally different deal when they have to pay the piper. And they're getting closer to paying the piper on the aspect of exactly how many bad loans that they actually had, how much their name is on the amount of debt that's out there. I'll find this in between the commercial. Bottom line, it's a monster number. It's probably more cash than they actually have. This little baby still has some huge problems, and they're not going to go away. What I expect we're going to see, they're going to keep trying to survive. They'll keep selling off, you know, their companies, and we'll see what's left when all's said and done. And I don't expect that there's going to be much left. If we go take a look at the XAU, the HUI, even with the dollar index basically up, they're still hanging tough. You know, the XAU's at $82.10. That looks like it's still building cause for higher price. Gold Bugs Index, same type of setup there. Gold Bugs Index trading at 180.39. And, you know, it's going to be interesting watching that whole thing shake out, because there's no doubt that the dollar got huge acceleration on the way up. Gold pulled back, not dramatically, but did pull back. We were just talking about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is going to be coming out with numbers on Thursday after the close, 20 past 4. And NVIDIA, you know, now this is where this gets really intriguing. This is what it is. You have NVIDIA's trading at $248. You are coming into these highs with volume. You know, the last high up in NVIDIA is 15.4 million. You've done 15.6 today. So if you're trading NVIDIA, you want to stay really attuned to this. Because NVIDIA has been in a 25% trading range. I mean, that's insane. The highs out here have been 254. The lows are 204. $50 range, man, for a $200, $50 stock. That's a big number. I like what it's doing today. Now, what does happen is that when you come into a high and the volume is expanding, your probability is pretty good that you're going to push against that high, you're going to get volume, you're going to break it. That being said, we're still $5 away from the high. So if you're a bull in NVIDIA, it's pretty cool what's happening today, because what you see is this. You're coming into the high and you do have volume. That gives you one more day that it can rest, it can wake up in the morning, so you get more of a declaratory answer tomorrow. Specifically what I mean, you're either come into that high. If you have the same type of volume we had today, your probability goes much higher that when they come out with numbers, they're going to blow the numbers away. The stock's going to go a lot higher. That's your bull case. The bear case is that you come into that number tomorrow or the following day, and you get a contraction of volume, get out of the way. Because we know that the equity has already told us we're in a consolidation. And if that's the case, then they're not going to be able to bust them up. And guess what? We know that we still got a high volume low out there at 206. So there's going to be some real deviance getting played out here in the next couple of days inside NVIDIA, which is pretty cool, by the way. It's really cool when this whole thing shakes out. We get over and we take a look at the energy market, the XLE. XLE out here today got up to a price point of 75.57. Didn't hold price, but guess what? You get volume again. You know, so this XLE still looks like it does want up that $78 level. You know, it's a complex ABC structure on the way up. You know, went up, didn't hold price, has the volume behind the move again. It'll try it again. Dow Industrials right now up 78. You get the NASDAQ up 56. S&Ps are up 7. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Are you an options trader that's looking for that extra edge when placing trades? David White will be hosting a webinar on May 16th, which is the Wednesday leading up to Options Expiration Friday in May, where he'll discuss in depth the methodology he uses for trading options near expiration, including swing trading setups and expiration day trading scenarios. Subscribers to each of Dave's newsletters, Path of Least Resistance and the Technology Insider, gain access to this 60-minute webinar, which will be archived if you cannot attend live. Dave has had some great option trades recently for his subscribers. See for yourself the trading methodology he uses when trading options by signing up today for either of his newsletters, and we'll see you Wednesday, May 16th at 5 p.m. for option trading near expiration, analyzing swing trades and expiration day scenarios. For all the details and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 71, Nasdaq's up 53, S&Ps are up 6. So let's go to our man Keena in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Keena, what's going on, brother?
How you doing again?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Oh, I'm all right.
Cool.
I am looking at AMD. I was looking at it when you mentioned it early in the broadcast as one of the ones that was up good. And then you talked about NVIDIA. And I'm looking at the volumes on AMD and wondering, do you think it's going to tag along with NVIDIA, or do you think it's going to behave differently?
So let's go say Advanced Micro, AMD, low for the year is $9, the high is 15. Now, this is what the difference is, that you do have like a small expansion of volume, which is pretty good. It's not an ABC up, though. It's taking that B point out right now today, 48 million, the B is 74. I'd say it can tag along with it, yeah, and probably get to, $12, but the difference is that, let's take a look at this. I'm going to bring this back a year. Is that AMD is coming into some severe downdrafts. Put it that way. That are going to give it quite a bit of resistance. Now NVIDIA has the same thing, so I know what you're saying. The difference with NVIDIA today is that the volume is extremely big. Do you know what I mean, for a light volume day?
Yeah, it is. And the thing that got my attention on the AMD was two things, and you can shoot them down if you want.
No.
But the first one is the volume bar on March, what is it, the 13th? It's kind of it's not really a doji, but it's long-legged on both up and down with the wicks.
Okay.
And the volume, and that, I think it's the 13th. And then there's the volume bar on the gap day, late in April there. It's above both of those, clearly. I mean, it's into the bar from the 13th of March.
Yeah.
Significantly. And it didn't pull back down to the top of the volume bar from the gap day on April, April.
Oh, yeah, no, I see the 13th. I see what you're looking at. Yeah, that's pretty intense, man. Right.
I'm just trying to figure out whether or not it's, because it did, these last 2 days on it has been pretty strong. I was impressed.
Yeah, but you're right. I wouldn't be buying it. This is slamming. This is slamming right into that bar, And that bar, folks, has 174 million shares. We're at 48 million. Now, what does happen, Keener, is this. See the bottom of that bar is $11.09?
Which one are we talking about?
The 13th, the March 13th.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And the top of it's 12.03. Now, we made it to 11.56. Normally what happens, so let's picture we get a $1 bar, right? When you make it halfway through a bar, most times you're going to get to the top of the bar. That being said, the way this is getting there is saying, okay, that'll fall out of bed because you have that bar, you have the bar that is on the 5th, and then if I bring this over just a little bit more, we're going to have the bar of January also. Yeah, and then you get the bar of October. See the bar of October? That's a vicious one.
Yeah.
You know, that's 166 million. Yeah. You know, so that's...
It has a chance to go a couple... You know, if I was going to play this on a day trade, where...
Yeah, you could. You could play it. You could play it on a day trade, and you get out of town. You know, basically before NVIDIA comes out with numbers. That's for sure.
That's what I was thinking. But it sounds kind of risky. But I don't know if NVIDIA's going to run up. Maybe the tag along is AMD, but I don't know.
Well, or the tag along is that you just get less shares in, you know, same percentage-wise, and you go into NVIDIA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But what I do is I trade for I aim at a certain percentage gain on each trade.
Okay.
And it's a lot harder to get it with on one that's 200.
It is. I agree. No, I know.
I got 50 cents here.
I know what you're saying, and it certainly is. Definitely, if you get, what happens, folks, is this: if you get a smaller equity, that I'm not talking about a penny stock that doesn't make any money, but if you have a smaller equity number-wise, and it's moving, you can get 50 cents in a much bigger percentage move, much quicker than you're going to get out of $200 stock. Yeah, it's you know, it's intriguing, isn't it? How that works, I know, but it does. That's the bottom line, you know.
Well, that's the way that's really the way my spreadsheets are set up, is to try to get a percentage gain of a certain amount off of, and I'm looking for those advantages, and it looks like AMD has the advantage of it, even though you're right that NVIDIA is probably the better play.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree. And listen, I absolutely, okay, so a $10 stock can only get on $10, but guess what? We're talking about a $10 stock that, and this is why I want to make sure we're clarified in this, folks, that has an income or a revenue stream of $6.7 billion, okay? So, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, I'm sure many times you hear me, when people call in, there's you know, these gold equities that are exploration plays that have no volume. Well, there's plenty of gold companies that actually take in money that are trading at the same $2 or $3 level, and I do the same thing inside of those also, Keena. Do you know what I mean? That.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. No, I like what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing, because the difference, you know what drives me crazy? Sometimes I'll go in a couple of them, because you never know which ones are really going to go, right? And even in the same sector, it's like, man, it's so weird. Why did this one go and the other one didn't go as much, right? And, you know, you never know. But you do know when they start going, the first expansion of price normally is a much bigger percentage move. Now, we both know that when you also do that, folks, when they fall apart, they can fall apart really quickly too. So, you know, talking percentages, you better make sure your stop is very solid and it's very quick. You know, but
yeah,
no.
I don't want to take too much of your time, but what I usually do is I put in a real quick, as soon as I get a buy-in on it,
yes.
I have a flat percentage gain I'm aiming at.
Yeah.
I come in and put a sell order in right then.
Right.
I mean, I don't even let the thing. I'm running from one screen to the other, putting that sell order in before I can even turn around. I don't even run my numbers to see what my profits are until I got a sell order in there.
The way that I got that sale, and that the market's job is to take the most amount of money away from the most amount of people in the least amount of time, is exactly that. That when you actually, and this is what's cool, because he's doing basically a notebook, folks. When you do the notebook and you do all your trades, what you're going to see is that most times you actually get in the money. The real question is, are you taking the money? That's it. If you're tracking it, you know that. Do you know? And it's really wild, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, you know, sometimes it goes south in you quick, but most times you'll get in the money. The real question is, do you take the money or not, and say, okay, I want a little more, you know. So,
Yeah, I had 3 of them today, and one of them was 6 minutes, and that was it.
Good.
That's just in and out. All I want to do is get my money out of it.
Totally, man. Cooking, brother.
All right.
Have a great one.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye-bye.
Let's go back over to that S&P. So it looks like, I mean, the S&P is up 6 right now, but that's not going to be enough, folks. Well, actually, we can just go to the SPY and take a look at the SPY. The SPY, failure in price, failure in volume, will be closed under 266.78. And right now, you're 266.80. So we'll see where that shakes out. And that, by the way, that's a major failure, because what that is not even the swing point that we're actually going into. We got over 267.89. I suspect we're not even get close to that. So that's a failure there. But if you close under 267.78, that's a major failure. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6678. Right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 80. You get the Nasdaq up 50. S&Ps are up 5.5. Let's go over and take a look at the indice volume out here. Right now on the NYSE, folks, you get 500 million. That'll push in. It should push in about 700. We'll see whether we get to the 750. On the composite, composite right now is doing 1.6. It's not bad, actually, on the composite. We'll see if we get up to that 1.8. That being said, The composite is going into over $2 billion, so I don't expect we're going to get any juice there. Small caps. Let's take a look at the small caps. They have been strong, still strong. Small caps, IWM. This is all about those commodity stocks, particularly inside the oil structure, folks. Small, the IWM, that's up $1.24. You're at 156.99. And this baby, yeah, wants to get up to the swing is 158.838. I expect we're going to see that get hit, and we'll see if it can take it right up to the top of that 160. The lows of the high are 158.40. So the next swing point's 158.38. Bottom line is that that's saying that we're going to at least, if we get to that first swing point, we're going to at least get to the lows of the high. And that's going to get really intriguing. The reason being is that, as I just said, you get the energy market, so you get the commodity, small producers in there, small service stocks inside the oil service industry. What's going to be intriguing, if we get this pop on gold, then you're going to have a lot of the metals stocks also join in the fun inside that IWM. So we could very well have some real diverse and divergence inside this market. If we actually go take a look at the actual indice itself, we are up 14. The Russell 2000 is up 14. The high is 16.15. Now, what's going to be intriguing is that none of the indices thus far, folks, have taken out the highs since January 24th. Each indice, we get lower highs. It'll be interesting to see if, in fact, the small caps will be the first ones, number one, to challenge it and maybe take it out. Stay right there, folks. Lots of numbers coming in after the close. Once again, we get the Dow up 86, NASDAQ up 53, S&P's up 6.5. Coming right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Oh, look who we have. It's a beautiful thing. Get our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take it by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy, I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Yeah. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials close up 94, NASDAQ up 55, S&P's up 7. Let's go over and take a look at the future in the S&P first, because this is what we have happening, folks. We are at 2670. inside the S&P. Now, it's going to close in 15 minutes, 4:15, well, 10 minutes from now. And this is what you have. So we have anemic volume. Bottom line is that the future got to 26.8150. The high of Friday was 26.6950. So what's so cool here is this. So check this out. This is already a failure, basically, on price and volume. That being said, it's not that dramatic. The reason being, you need to close inside the future at 26.6950. So we're 1/2 a point away from that. So it's going to be intriguing watching how this thing shakes out. That being said, if we go over to the SPY, what you're going to see is this. Inside the SPY, this is where the failure comes in. The failure comes in, we got to a price point of $268.02. You went into the swing high of April 30th. And then you closed at that swing high is 267.89. You closed at 266.92, dollar underneath it. You had volume of 51 million versus 82. So we got the failure on price, failure on volume inside the SPY. We go to the Qs. What do we have with the Qs? Bottom line, you don't have a failure in the Qs. What we have with the Qs is this. The Qs closed at 166.24. You know, now the Qs are testing out the high of April 18th. The 167 was the high. We hit today 166.78. That being said, we hit around the same amount of volume. Now, that was short volume because that's when the Qs had gone from a price point of 167. 5 days later, you're at 156. Because what really is happening here, if we stay close in, what you have here, it looks like it still wants to hit it, which is a 167. That being said, you're coming into volume of 71 million. You're coming into volume of 118 million, 68 million, 105. Bottom line, you're coming into some serious volume out here. Dow Industrials. What do we have with the Dow Industrials? Dow Industrials closed at a price point out here today of 23,357. We got to a price point of 24,479. That didn't make the high of April 30th. And what you do have here is that, bottom line, we didn't close under the high of Friday. So basically, that's a toss-up. It lost quite a bit on price, but basically, that's a toss-up the way that baby is trading out right now. So it's going to be intriguing inside this S&P because we're so close to that 1/2 a point. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract, folks, is trying to bust into its higher range and having a tough time doing that. What we did out here today, we did 229,000 contracts. You got the 1320. You're still at 1314, 1314, 1315. You know, that is the number. Bottom line is that it's having a tough time getting in these higher range again. We'll see how this baby shakes out. What I would like to see is I would like to see that get inside that range, not teetering as we are right now. If you're a bull, what you want to see wide price spread. You want accelerated volume as you're going into that number. That's how that it gives you much higher probability than then you are going to go topside. Notes and bonds, the 10-year note, 30-year bond, they continue to want higher price. This note and bond market for a long period of time has been giving us the most consistent information inside the marketplace. We broke down about a week and a half ago. We got in the lower range in the 10, snapped back again. The 10-year yield right now, 2 weeks ago it got over 3%, 3.02%. Right now you're at 2.94. So bottom line, you're still at higher yielding prices. That being said, the yield has been backing down for the last week and a half. 30-year never broke the lower range, so the 30-year still wants higher price, lower yield. King Dollar, good old King Dollar, wants to go visit its friends from December of 2017. 19,000 contracts out here today. This has been a one-way move. It's been the largest counter-trend move in about 3 years inside the dollar. If we do take a look at this on a continual contract, what you're going to see out here is that we're at 92,617. And bottom line, this is still a confirmed ABC structure on the way down, and we'll see how this basically handles the next swing point. The next swing point being up there, being up into that 93 mark. Some of the higher volume stocks out here today in this low volume market. is that you had Bank of America up 34 cents. Apple was up $1.33. Now, if we go over to Apple for a second, this is pretty incredible, actually. So Apple had hit a high today of $187.67. Well, if Apple needs about another 8% up, I believe it's 8%, and Apple would be the first $1 trillion market cap in the market in general. So it's pretty wild watching this shake out. Let me see the actual number. We had Buff. Let's see. They don't give me the exact number. This is pretty cool. Here's some stats here, actually. This is pretty cool. So PetroChina, oh, look at this. It's not even the, it's not even the first $1 trillion stock. So PetroChina in November of 27, was that right? No, 1 second, hold on. Is that the first $1 trillion stock? Sorry, 1 second. I'll get this straight. Well, Microsoft was the first $500 billion stock. Apple was, yeah, they're all $500 billion stocks. Apple was the first $500 billion stock in February of 2012. Microsoft was the first company to reach $500 billion in July of 1999. And we want to listen to this stat. When Microsoft hit its $500 billion market cap in July of 1999, that was half the size of the gross domestic product of China. You want to hear what the gross domestic product of China is now? $11 trillion. How's that? Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We go into that S&P. This is about as cool as you get, so check it out. So the S&P closed at 25 100ths of over the total failure. So we closed at 2669.75. The number is 2669.50. Bottom line is that you get dramatically lighter volume in all the indices. You know, we'll see where this shakes out, but I suspect tomorrow morning we're going to see these, well, the S&P in particular. Trump is going to come out tomorrow. He just put a tweet out that at 2 o'clock tomorrow he's going to talk about, let's see. He says he's going to announce whether the U.S. is going to remain in the Iran nuclear accord at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So it's pretty cool. The bottom line is that you know what time it's going to be announced. The markets are going to be open. We'll see what the market thinks about how this is going to shake out. You know, so you know, we'll find out real quickly if the market's already priced in that we're basically getting out of that agreement or not getting out. Pretty wild watching this whole thing shake out. Let's go to our man Jim in Minneapolis. What's going on, brother?
Tom, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Yourself? I'm sure you're doing better now because you finally got some sun and got some warmth out there, right? After that vicious.
Man, it's 86 degrees right now. It's like a couple weeks ago it was 2 feet of snow, and now you know. The switch flipped, and now it's 86 and sunny. It's unbelievable.
So Tommy and I were thinking of you, man. I'm sure you heard us on the air in the morning. It was like, you got to, man, when you got those last snowstorms, that was crazy. That was like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, the ice just officially went off with Lake Minnetonka. It's a big chain of lakes kind of west of Minneapolis here on Saturday. It was ice out officially, one of the latest times it's been.
Wow. That is intense. Well, it's time to go swimming then. Hey, that's it. You guys are tough out there. You Midwesterners are tough. You can take that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You know, bring it on. We'll drop the boats in, let the games begin.
Totally. Totally. I like it. I like it, man.
That's fun stuff. Tom, I'm looking at this. I actually had somebody bring up to me, a customer of mine, the CenturyLink.
Okay.
Which usually would be one I'd probably run from, but based on you look at this thing, look at the yield, 11+%.
Let's take a look. Okay,
the bonds are trading over par.
Wow.
Which would typically, the bond guys don't think.
That's if trades are, folks, when you're going south, they go under par very quickly. So let's take a look at it. So you get CenturyLink. The symbol is CTL. Low for the year is 13. The high is 27. You're trading at 18.43. They're going to come out with numbers on Wednesday after the market close. As Jim just said, they're yielding 11.69%. So let's see what we got here.
I mean, they cut this dividend a couple of years ago, and that, this whole thing kind of unraveled. They merged it with Level 3,
okay,
I believe, and apparently the new, these guys are good at what they're doing, and the bond guys aren't worried about it.
Yeah.
Just wondering what your thoughts are.
13. Well, you get an ABC up. This is a confirmed ABC up that day. Let's see, February 16th. It turned into a complex one, but it took it out with volume, took out the swings. So let me see. Say A's $13.16. Your B, 18. So you get approximately $5 ABC, which gives you $20.47. Okay. And that's a nice sign of strength, man. We had a nice sign of strength on the 16th. You had another one on the 6th of April. So $20 is game, and then. It's interesting, Jim, is that, and folks, as you're coming down, the last time with volume on the way down, that low is $22.86. And most times when I like these when they're set up like that. The reason being is that whether stocks are going up or going down, folks, okay, they always go too far. And what I like to see, that's a high volume swing low. That's just
stick. You look at the holders, Capital Group. The American funds.
American funds.
A pile of it up.
Yep, American funds, folks. American funds. it's a pretty cool company. Let's see. So, yeah, I can see that, man. You know, you get some action, man. You get a couple bucks in it. That's what it looks like. You know?
Yeah, you know, I just paid a dividend recently, so I have 54 cents a quarter or so.
And
apparently
50,
I think it's money good, but yeah.
Well, 54, I know, man, 11%. Imagine getting 11% dividend and you could maybe get a couple bucks. No, I know, that's big, man. These phone companies, man, I mean, it's amazing, you know, that they've paid good dividends. Look at, I mean, Verizon's paying 4.95%. Has been forever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you were talking about Apple. I just looked at, you know, how many phones they sell in a quarter. 560,000 phones a day, and you know, it's unbelievable. I don't know where they sell these things.
Hey, do you still own Heckler?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. So listen to this. I was doing the Gold Report this morning. Check this out, man. So the CEO of Heckler, man, right? You know, Phil Baker. I got to get him on. I haven't had him on in years, but man, this guy's buying a lot of shares, you know, on the open market.
Okay.
Yeah. So watch this, folks. Now Heckler got smoked. You know, this thing came down hard on the 19th. That being said, let me show you this for a second. So 1 second, I was doing this last night, PHDC, and this was actually surprising because I mean, this is a successful guy, but the bottom line is that I know how conservative he is too because I've interviewed him plenty of times, and he turned around. Let me get you the number. He bought a lot of shares, man, last week.
Yeah, this Lucky Friday, I know they were having issues out there.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. They have some issues, but when... Come on, where are you, man? I find this thing. Phil Baker,
So he stepped up and
yeah, he did. He did. And not only that, he actually owns a lot, too. And so he just didn't go in there and... Yeah, here it is right here. He bought an additional, he owns $3.6 million, $14 million. He bought another $468,000 on the open market, man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, folks, I'm bringing that up because I know Jim likes the stock. I follow the stock a lot, too, but that is a big number, man. That's, you know, that's a substantial number. So.
Yeah, that's putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's into it for $14 million. So, you know, he's not an Elon Musk with billions of dollars. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So. Cooking, brother.
Well, awesome. Well, take it by storm.
Taking it by storm. That's right.
Later.
That's a love it, man. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one, man. Let's go to Jose and Brandon. Hey, Jose, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Tomorrow, Trump backs out of the Iran deal. What does that do to the dollar, and is it going to be a flight to gold?
I know, man. It's going to be so wild watching. I don't know. I mean, that's why the thing is that's really cool that it's happening at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You know?
I know, but when you say you don't know, I'm getting on the phone and canceling my order for my 9-foot pool table. I've got a pant load of Newmont Mining call options for September. Should I think about getting an 8-foot or a 6-foot, or maybe a ping pong table?
I would. Okay, so if we look at Newmont, but bottom line is it's still in a consolidation. You know, I mean, the bottom of that consolidation is $38. That being said, the equities, the gold equities, the silver equities, still look dramatically better than the actual contract.
Yeah, they're holding up. I watch GDX every day. It's adding a few pennies here and there.
They're holding up.
Newmont Mining back to 38.02 last week. Are we going to revisit that?
Right. Here, stay right there. We'll talk about this when we get back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials up 94, NASDAQ up 55, S&P's up 7. We'll come right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics, including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished up 94, NASDAQ up 55, S&P's up 650. We're talking with Jose from San Jose, from Brandon. We're talking about the GDX. We're talking about gold in general. What's going to be intriguing out here is more than, I mean, if you believe what Trump has been saying, bottom line is that, we're getting out of that agreement. That being said, it's like, okay, does that put more volatility inside the market? Yes, but we can see it in the oil. Do you know what I mean? Oil wants to go higher. Real question is going to be, I think they're going to buy gold. It really depends. What are they going to do with the dollar? You know, is that better for the dollar? My take on the dollar is that the dollar's still in a downtrend, but we're going to know. We're going to know real quick. I suspect your pool table is going to be a big one, though.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I don't think they make a 10-foot, but with regards to Trump, I can only say one thing. The hounds of heaven are coming for Trump. God doesn't like arrogance and pride.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this, man. Where you been? I haven't heard your voice in like 10 years. How you been?
Back and forth.
You good?
From up north and down in Florida, taking care of my 21-year-old daughter.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's good to hear your voice, man.
And doing the PI work.
Okay, good, good.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. You know, it's so fun. So check this out. This, you know, folks, I've been doing this program a long time, and for some reason, I can be somewhere and hear a voice. Like,
my God.
I'm not kidding. If we could be at a Bruins game and I hear your voice, I'd know. I'd know the call. Isn't that crazy? I know, man.
I can't believe you identified my voice. I haven't heard that kind of pinpoint accuracy since Jerry Williams.
No, you're too funny. You're too funny, man. But listen, I appreciate the calling, man. I'm glad everything's cool, man. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye. Let's go take a look at a couple of these numbers here. HTZ. So let's see. What do we got? HTZ, Hertz. Hertz, I think, is hurting. Hertz Global, that closed at $22.16. This is trading at $20. That's down 10%. And let's put this back up. Yeah, these car companies are in big trouble. So Hertz is gone, and let's see, 2014, $125. Year, $22. And you know what, folks? I don't think there's any hope for these car companies, and this is why. So, you know, it's really cool. You know, basically, you look at something technically, you look at something just on a much larger basis, meaning the aspect of Uber. I got a lesson over the weekend. It was incredible. I had to go back to Boston on Friday just for a couple of days. And so picture this. You know, I grew up right in Boston, so I'm familiar with the streets. I'm familiar with the traffic patterns, everything, right? I haven't been there a long time, though, meaning when I'm, you know, I go back and forth, but, you know, you're only there a couple of days. So this is what ends up happening. I fly in. I get in, I took the 1 o'clock flight, 1:30 flight. I get in right in the middle of rush hour. Well, guess what happens? In rush hour, what I wanted to get done first is that every time I go there, I says, okay, do I have enough time to get a Regina's Pizza? So I says, okay, man, I'm really pushing. I got to get a Regina's Pizza, then I can, you know, go see my family, right? So bottom line is that I went to Regina's Pizza. Well, what ended up happening as I'm going there, I says, oh no, the Bruins game is there. So I says, okay, that's not going to work. I could have went to Santapio's, but bottom line, that's coming right out of the tunnel, and I already missed it. That being said, guess what happens? I'm downtown Boston, right? And there's no traffic downtown Boston. I'm saying to myself, this is amazing. There is no traffic. It's 5:30 on a Friday night. And then I start realizing, I says, guess what? You have a good transportation system. You get Uber everywhere. No one's, the parking downtown Boston's $20, $25 a day. No one's bringing their cars into downtown Boston, right? Sure enough, I go all the way through downtown Boston. If you know Boston at all, I go inside. I'm downtown Boston, the aquarium, going to South Boston. Now I get on the expressway, right? Get on the expressway, I'm going to the South Shore because that's called the Irish Riviera, okay? So going to the South Shore, what ends up happening, it is the biggest mess in the world. My point is going to go right back to the car deal, though. Guess what? What happens with the car deal is that that was the first time that I think I've ever seen a downtown that dramatically didn't have cars. It's a big number. And, you know, Hertz, let's see what Hertz has to say. Well, first we'll see what they gross, what they've taken in here. So let's see. Yeah, they took in $11 billion in 2014. This year they plan on taking in $8.9 billion. Huge number. And this is one that I believe that Carl Icahn is going to basically, you know, yeah, he's going to take a big beating on this. He owns 34% of this company, and he has for quite some time. And you know, the whole business has changed. So let's see what they say. They planned on losing $1.28 a share. They lost $1.58. Their revenue, they had estimated the revenue at $1.95 billion to $2 billion. They came in pretty good. The revenue actually came in at $2.0 billion, but evidently their expenses are still way too high. You know, so there's not much. Oh, and so that's bringing Avis down too. Let's see where Avis is. Okay, so you get Avis. Avis, oh, that's Car US. Okay, so Avis, well, look at this. Avis is trading at, it was a $44 stock at the close. That's still trading 44 bucks. But they're not, well, they might have hit that at the very beginning, but, so this is interesting. I wonder what else Avis has going on. Because Avis certainly doesn't have, yeah, maybe Avis is just going to take over the business. Avis definitely doesn't have the same chart set up as Hertz does. Actually, this chart is pretty good when you look at Avis. So Avis, gross numbers, yeah, see, interesting, man. So whatever Avis is, they're doing a different deal. Avis went from 2014, $8.5 billion, 2019, $9.3 billion, big number. Snap, after the close, Snap canned their CFO. Snap closed at 1074. That's trading right now. 1086, not getting much action. They're getting a guy from Amazon. I'm not quite sure what he did at Amazon. Let's see. Snap Chief Financial Officer is stepping down and named Amazon's Chief Executive Tim Stone to replace him. Let's see what they say. They're thanking him. Stone will join Snap from e-commerce giant Amazon, where he's worked since 1988. 1988, oh my God. That guy must have a lot of, including Vice President of Finance and Vice President of Physical Stores. Well, bottom line is that next thing up, folks, guess what? You know what? Now, okay, so now it's game to keep your eye on Snap, because now what you have is that you have an insider that's been to Amazon since 1998. Is that correct? They started in, let me see this. I think Amazon started in 96 or something, 94. Yeah, they went, so check this out. They went public in 1997. May of 1997, they went public at $3 a share. No, $18 a share, 3 million shares, $18 a share. Well, guess what? Maybe Amazon is going to be looking to pop up a social network company. And guess what? Snap would be the perfect one. Tell stories all day long. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over and take a look at the note and bond market. So this is kind of intriguing. So you just had an analyst come out, and this kind of makes sense too. So as we're looking at the 10-year, folks, you know, so picture, we have the Federal Reserve. They're going up on short-term rates. Bottom line, you know, the next meeting is the 13th of June, 100% probability that the Fed fund futures rate is going up another 25 basis points. That being said, you know, each and every time that you think the bond market is over, what ends up happening is that it just keeps coming back. Well, bottom line is it's done it once again. The real question is going to see, okay, we're going to stay over this area of a 119.14. Now, this is what's pretty cool. So, you know, I've been doing bonds long enough. You know, I actually started in bonds, so that it's like, okay, man, this is pretty amazing when you think that the Fed's been telling us that they're going up. The market itself still has more buyers than sellers for bonds. Well, this analyst just come out from J.P. Morgan, and what he's figuring is this, and this is you know, you got to love basically just different takes on how this is shaken out. So this just came across the tape. Okay, so what this guy's saying, Alex Rover, what he's saying is that, you know what? So we know that you had the big tax break, right? So this is the first quarter that the tax break is actually coming to the bottom line. And what you have, then you have all the cash that's overseas, and you bring it back. So when they were pushing this through, they're claiming that, okay, if it's going to go into infrastructure, it's going to go into jobs, bottom line. That hasn't happened yet. A lot of it's basically, if you look at Apple's saying, okay, we're going to spend a lot of it by buying back their own stock. What has happened also, though, is this, is that a lot of companies don't know what they're going to do with the cash. So what they have done with this cash the last 90 days is, guess what? They're putting it into high liquidity money markets. They're putting it into notes, and until they figure out what to do with it. Now, this totally makes sense because this is where this really gets wild. So picture, when we bring up, you know, let's say the 10-year, okay? Now, the 10-year is holding tight. Maybe some of those companies say, hey, guess what? I'm going to take a 10-year rate. I'll figure it out. I know I'm going to get my principal back in 10 years, or I'll pocket in a 10-year. If it loses a little bit, no big deal. And then you have the aspect. Let's picture that we're all corporate CEOs, CFOs really, because the CFO is probably going to make the choice here. So you get the CFO. You know how much money you have extra in cash. You know that these other companies have extra in cash. You know that you can't put it to work right away. You don't want to basically buy. And you can make the point that, okay, we're at high asset value prices, so we're going to pocket. I suspect that's what's happening, number one, and this is what's also going on, though, and this is what's really going to be cool. The Treasury came out, and the Treasury are actually going to do much smaller increments, meaning that they're going to come out with basically a 2-month note, folks. And they know that that is going to be very successful for a refunding because of the fact that, you know what's going to happen here? This is going to be wild. The Treasury is going to start competing with the money market funds because if they're coming in with a 2-year note, you know, the money market you can go in and out of every night, but a 2-month note for corporations is huge. That also, I suspect, is going to keep down rates. So there's a lot of moving parts out here. It's going to be pretty wild is that if it's the amount of cash that actually is coming back, which would make sense, that is going to keep down rates, well, guess what? We're going to find out, and we're going to find out pretty quickly. Because what we do have happening in the next month is that the amount of notes and bonds that are coming out are some of the largest since 2009 because of the deficit and the tax cut in general. So here, this is, let's see where we go. So, okay, so this week, they're going to do $6 billion in notes. Let's see when's next. Fed fund overnight rate. $6 billion is nothing, though. The market can take $6 billion in a second. $6 billion is not the end of the world. That's not the one I'm looking for. Well, and actually, no, hold $6 billion. 1 second, hold it. That was $6 billion? Yeah, there's $6 billion. Okay, so this week's Treasuries auction will raise roughly $6 billion of new supply for the May 10th settlement. That's the first increase since March 29th. T-bills fell by $124 billion. So picture this. Even as they're doing that, people, the rollover in T-bills actually went down. So even when they're pushing this new deal out, what we're going to see is that you're going to see more demand than supply. And the real question is going to be inside of this, when they do come out with these numbers, is that what is the amount of demand versus supply? And what the market's going to be looking for, folks, is, let's say, I'll just keep it, let's say there's $10 billion. They're going to be looking for $20 billion in auction, meaning that $20 billion worth of dollars wants $10 billion worth of notes. If they get it up to, 35 billion, that'd be highly successful. That'd be $3 is chasing every dollar and a note for yield. And the market's going to be watching that really closely as to where that is. But after just reading through that article, I can see how we have major cash. Is it going to get used right away? It doesn't look like it's gonna. It's going to be pretty wild watching this baby shake out. Let's go over to the DAX in Germany, the FTSE in the UK. DAX in Germany out here today got up 128 bucks. That is trying to make its way back inside the higher range. And the DAX in Germany, this baby had broken down way before we got to lower price. But right now, this is trying to break inside its higher range. FTSE in the UK, kind of a different animal. FTSE in the UK, that baby has been going sideways for quite some time. This is still in a range. This had broken back inside its higher range 2 weeks ago. So FTSE, it's coming into the downdraft from February 2nd, the week of February 2nd. But how that does that's going to be important in the context of where we are. What has happened, and this is where you can see the correlation of how the FTSE moves, how the DAX moves, because what we have here is that it's not what they're actually priced at. So what can you buy at that price? Because we just have had the euro go from a price point of 125 to 119. And when you do that, basically math behind it, yes, you have higher price, and it's cool if you're in those countries and you're only spending your money in that country, but it's not in the context of spending your money overseas. It's just like where our dollar's been. Our dollar's getting stronger right now, so of course if we go to Europe, it's less expensive. You go to basically other countries. That correlation is important because that correlation goes right along inside the stock price also. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. And, of course, don't forget, option expiration next Friday. Our man, Mr. Dave White. Come over to our website at TFNN. Right on the front of a page of TFNN, our man, Mr. Dave White, is going to be doing a great option workshop for you. Check it out. Option trading near expiration with Dave White, May 16th, 5 p.m. Coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Are you an options trader that's looking for that extra edge when placing trades? David White will be hosting a webinar on May 16th which is the Wednesday leading up to options expiration Friday in May, where he'll discuss in depth the methodology he uses for trading options near expiration, including swing trading setups and expiration day trading scenarios. Subscribers to each of Dave's newsletters, Path of Least Resistance and the Technology Insider, gain access to this 60-minute webinar, which will be archived if you cannot attend live. Dave has had some great option trades recently for his subscribers. See for yourself the trading methodology he uses when trading options by signing up today for either of his newsletters, and we'll see you Wednesday, May 16th at 5 p.m. for option trading near expiration, analyzing swing trades and expiration day scenarios. For all the details and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So tomorrow, folks, you can expect some high volatility as we come into the 2 o'clock time frame. Trump's going to announce what he's going to do about Iran. The probability is that it looks like he's going to get out of it, but we'll find out. That in the oil market, you know, that's it looks like that oil market basically has been going higher. You know, oil closed out today, has volume on the move, $70.84. Don't be surprised if you don't see that thing up into that 71.50 tonight. Because this is going to basically crank markets all night long, knowing that there's going to be an announcement at 2 o'clock. Same with gold. Bottom line, we'll see whether gold can get back inside that $1,315 area with conviction. You know, it's been teetering at this 1314, 1315 area. Broke down last week, got below it, tested the high volume low of March 2nd, March 1st, and did reject it. That's 1309. So you get a rejection there. That was a high volume swing. Did get the rejection. Bottom line, we'll see where we go topside. What gold does have going for it is the yen. The yen right now, folks, is trading at a price point of 109. That was a monster counter trend bounce. We went from a price point of 104. That means stronger. The lower that yen gets, the stronger it is against the U.S. dollar, all the way up to 110. Bottom line is that actually 110.34 was ice. Bottom line, going sideways now. We'll see whether that baby decides to pull back. But that's going to give you a clue coming overnight where this whole baby's going to shake out. S&P's bottom line, S&P's failed on price, failed on volume. That was the only major indice that actually did that, though. The S&P, inside the SPY, we got volume out here, 54 million. You were going into 82 million. You were going into 148 million. You were going into 294 million. It's anemic. There's just no buyers. And as it's coming into so picture something now. We're talking almost 4.5 months that we've been in this deal. And each and every time that you're coming into where that selling was, volume dies, selling keeps going. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it. Step in or take ownership of and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to talking to you right here, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Go get them, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.